Hello girls. In today's class we are going to see listening skills. Okay, so we are going to see the topic on listening, okay, and what exactly are the principles of listening, and then effective listening skills and characteristics of a good listener. All right, so what do you mean by listening? Okay, so we always tell in the class when we are teaching girls listen, but you know what? There is a lot of difference between what is called as hearing and what is called as listening. Okay, so what is the difference here? Let me give you in simple differences between both. So, hearing is just to be aware that there is a sound, there is a noise. Okay, it's just all about perceiving. All right, so hearing means, yeah, you know that your ear knows that there's some sound there. Okay, and like somebody is talking or somebody is saying something. All right, so you are just becoming aware that there's a sound. But actually listening means what is listen means to hear the noise, understand what exactly it is. Okay, and so basically your body as well as your mind both are involved in the listening process. All right, so in hearing only your body is involved. Your ear knows that there is a sound, that's it. But in listening, your mind also is involved in the process, where because you have to understand what exactly is being the noise, what is the sound. Do you understand? So listening is basically an active process while hearing is a passive process, they say. Means listening needs high concentration, but hearing needs low concentration. You need not bother. Sometimes you just put a music, isn't it, and you will do the work while your concentration will be on the work, but your ears to your ears the music will be soothing. That's called hearing. I'm hearing music. You won't say I'm listening to music. You shouldn't be saying actually if you're saying you're listening to music means you should be concentrating on the lyrics, you should be understanding what the song is. That's called listening. If you're just doing putting on music in your headphone in your ears and then just doing some of the work means you're hearing to music. Do you understand, girls? So hearing is an effortless activity, actually speaking, while listening involves a lot of efforts to be put in. Like you need to concentrate, you need to have interest, you have to involve both your physical as well as your psychological efforts in order to listen. So let's see the principles of listening. Okay, so these are certain rules and regulations as far as listening is concerned. So first principle is stop talking. When you really want to listen, you have to stop talking, isn't it? Only when you stop talking will you be able to listen. All right, so you cannot talk as well as listen. That cannot be done by your mind. Okay, so when somebody else is talking to you, don't talk, don't try to interrupt. Okay, don't overtake them and finish their sentence. Okay, so sometimes when people are talking to you, you'll be like you will be finishing the sentence for them. Don't do that. Okay, that means you're not a good listener. All right, wait for the person to fully finish, listen to them, and then only you'll have to clarify if at all there is any kind of clarifications, any kind of need. Do you understand? So the first principle for listening is stop talking and listen to what the other person is saying. So listening means what? To not just look at his mouth or look at her mouth and just stand. No, to understand what is being told. That is what is called as listening, isn't it? The next principle is prepare yourself to listen. Okay, see, even to listen to someone, you need to prepare yourself. If you're not prepared, you know what, you cannot listen. So what you can do is, like for example, if you have classes continuously, if you have listened to one class, then listening to the next class will be difficult. So relax for some time. Maybe you can use the washroom, you can just go and wash your face, you can relax for some time, and then you can focus on the speaker. And one more thing is preparing yourself is also about putting other things out of mind. You cannot have a lot of distractions in your mind thinking about what you have to cook for lunch, where you have to go, how you are going to catch the bus, and like this. Other thoughts should not be there in your mind, and you should concentrate on the message that which is being communicated to you. The next one is put the speaker at ease. You should also help the speaker to feel free, okay, and speak. Okay, like for example, you have to make some gestures, like you have to nod your head, you can make some gestures, even you can give some encouraging words, okay, to that speaker, to make them feel comfortable and feel that that the person is put at ease, rather than like staring at that person and showing that you're not listening to that person, your body language, your attitude. No, that is not putting the speaker at ease. Next one is remove distractions. So if you know that certain things are distracting you from listening, then please remove those, keep it aside. Okay, so stop shuffling papers, stop looking out of the window, stop biting your fingernails, or rather or keep fidgeting with your phone or something like that, which will mm, keep your mind away from from listening to the message of the speaker. Okay, the next one is empathize. Very important, you should also try to understand the other person's point of view, or rather I would say you should put yourself in the other person's shoes. Okay, that's very very important. You should also feel what the speaker might feel like, isn't it? So open your mind and feel free, okay, and listen to the speaker, empathize the speaker, okay, and then listen. All right, try to understand that person's perspective, that person's point of view also. The next one is be patient. Okay, so for being a good listener, you need to be patient also. Only people who don't have patience will go on interrupting, go on, like finishing up the statement that which is made by the speaker. Okay, so pause. Even a long pause sometimes cannot mean that a person has finished. Sometimes people, will really be waiting when the person will finish, and like especially like when you all clap in between, like when the speaker is speaking, thinking that he has stopped. No, such kind of things should not be done. Okay, that should not be unnecessarily done. That will like make the speaker also feel very awkward. Okay, so let the speaker continue and make it obvious that he is finished, and then you can clap or do whatever you want. Then the next one is avoid personal prejudice, meaning don't be partial, don't become irritated soon. Okay, and don't make the person's habits or mannerism distract you. Okay, don't try to judge somebody the way by the way they look. Okay, that the speaker will not be good. Oh, this person looks so whatever, and he may not speak good. So such kind of judgment should not be made. Okay, so you should allow the person. Some people are shy, nervous, they'll take their own time to get comfortable and then start speaking. So don't try to do anything that which will make them feel being what to say, put into shame and other things, being irritated and all that. The next one is listen to the tone. All right, see, some people have uh, different tone. The different people have different tones. Like some people will talk in a high tone, and some people will talk in a very low tone. And volume might be less or more. Okay, so that also has to be adjusted, and very empathetically you should tell the person that he is not being audible, or rather to increase on the volume and other things, isn't it? The next one is listen for ideas, not just for words. Okay, so you need to get the whole picture. Sometimes pieces of information that which is given by the speaker should be understood properly. That is also a skill of putting all the pieces of information together and understanding the entire concept. Okay, so try to gather those pieces of information and listen to the entire idea of ideology of the communication, the concept or the message. All right, the next one is wait and watch for non-verbal communication. See, non-verbal communication is also important. Apart from, see, you are not just listening with your ears. Did you also know that you can listen with your eyes? Yes. Sometimes certain gestures, he might be saying something, but his gesture will mean something else, isn't it? So, his words may be negative, but his gestures may be positive. Do you understand? So you got to listen with both your ears and eyes, but at the same time don't judge on anything just by looking at it and hearing it. All right, so there would be some kind of hidden facts and figures in gestures and other things. So don't jump to conclusions about what you see and hear. You should always seek for clarification and make sure that your understanding is correct, and then only raise a question. Okay, so basically, even if you want to improve on your communication skill, you must be a good listener. Did you understand, girls? So those are principles of good listening. So we'll see the effective listening skills. First one is discover your interest fields. Going and sitting and listening for something that which you are not at all interested in can never make you listen. Okay, so always know what you're interested in and sit and listen to such kind of things. That will be interesting for you. Do you understand? The next one is grasp and understand the matter or content. Grasp it, okay, and then understand whatever is the matter. Absorb and understand. The next one is remain calm. Do not lose your temper. Okay, some people are very quick to anger, isn't it? So when you're angry, actually it will jam your mind. You won't be able to think of anything, and whatever you are doing also will not be right. In your anger, they'll say no, don't even take decisions. So like that, remain calm. Listen to the speaker. Sometimes even if it's a controversy that which needs to be resolved, you can even clarify it only after you completely listen to what the other person is telling. No, you should not, by the words that is being spoken, you should not jump to anger and like jam your mind. The next one is be open to ideas and accept the ideas and information. Okay, so see, information can come to you from anyone. Okay, so everybody is got their own knowledge, their own wisdom, and anybody can give you a new idea, okay, an enlightening idea. So accept the information from anybody and everybody. Then jot down the points and take notes of important points. So when you are listening, no, so it is said that 50% of what you listen only you will remember, it seems. So it is always good that you jot down points so that you will remember, even when you are attending a meeting and all that. It's important that you know whatever has been spoken in the meeting. So always carry a book, a notepad, so that you will jot down whatever is the points that which is being told, so that you will remember that to be to execute such points. Then work up listening. Analyze, evaluate the speech in spare time. So after listening to that entire message, you should sit down and should try to work up on that message. Okay, and try to analyze what exactly was he trying to say, and and that can be stored in your mind. The next one would be rephrase and summarize the speaker's ideas. So now it's time for you to give some exercise to your brain. Whatever you have listened, how are you going to summarize that and rephrase that and use it in your life? Okay, so that has to be done. The next one is keep on asking questions. Only then you will be able to understand it more clearly. Some kind of queries, if you have, you will have to clarify them. Otherwise, if you have doubts in your mind, you probably will not understand whatever is the message fully. So ask questions, so that even the speaker feels good that his message is being heard. You listen to him. Then avoid distractions. So any distractions that is in front of you, be it even a talkative friend next to you, don't try to sit with that person, because you won't be able to listen and understand. Okay, the next one is step into the shoes of others. Put yourself in the speaker's shoes and try to view and observe things from that person's point of view. Alright, so that's about effective listening skill. We'll finish off also the characteristics of good and effective listener. If you want to be a good listener and effective listener, these are characteristics that which you need to have in you. First one is attentive. So I already told you, a good listener needs to pay attention, okay, and should be alert. He should avoid any kind of distractions and concentrate only on what is being spoken. Okay, the next one is do not assume. Listen carefully and ignore unnecessary information. Okay, always avoid a premature judgment. What is a premature judgment? Meaning, before some message is completely conveyed to you, you cannot make judgments. That's called as premature judgment. With half and half information, you should not make judgments. So do not assume things. Do not come to conclusions without facts and figures. Okay, next one is listen for feelings and facts. Okay, so a good listener should not only listen to what the speaker is saying but also understand the feelings of the speaker. Okay, so he needs to concentrate on the total facts, the complete information. Okay, right from the feelings, the gestures to the message that which is conveyed. All right, the next one is concentrate on the other speakers also. Okay, kindly and generously. Like for example, if you are attending a meeting and if another person has a lot of queries and information to give, listen to that person as well. Don't try to underestimate others. So that person also will have a genuine point, which might clarify the doubts in your mind as well. Okay, so allow others also to speak and also concentrate on what they are speaking. Then opportunities. Okay, so opportunitizers are nothing but a good listener will always try to take benefit of the opportunity that which is given it to him and listen to whatever is the message. Okay, if you are not going to be an opportunist, what will happen? You are going to be a loser. Okay, even in college, even in these recorded videos that we send, if you're going to listen to it, you are going to be imparted with knowledge. So if you're not going to listen, if you're not going to make use of this opportunity, okay, you are the one who's going to lose on the knowledge. All right, to conclude, on the whole, about a good listener, okay, an effective listener, listening only will enhance the communication skill, girls. That is only going to make you, impart you with more of knowledge and make you behave very sensible. Okay, it also encourages the optimistic attitude, the positive attitude. Okay, it also encourages a healthy relationship. Okay, if you're not going to be a good listener, you will end up with a lot of assumptions and misconceptions, and that will also spoil relationships. Okay, so if you're a good listener, that's going to lead to a healthy relationship, a good interpersonal relationships. Okay, and encourage more of participation. It also helps you in making good decisions, better decisions, okay, in an organization. So always remember, see, the efficiency rate is 25% maximum, meaning when you listen, okay, so only 25% of what you listen you're going to put into practice, and remember 50%. So please try to be a good listener so that you will be able to capture the 100% and utilize it in your life. So that's about listening skills for you girls. If you have any doubts in this topic, you can clarify. Thank you.